Hello dear students, welcome to BVBS Independent PU College, Vidagiri, Bagalkot. It is the college known for its excellence results in both board exams as well as in the competitive exams. And I am Dr. Sridevi R. Kulkarni, HOD of Biology Department, and in this video I am going to start the Biology Bridge Course classes for the SSLC completed students. Bridge Course, a connecting link between SSLC and PUC. What you have studied in SSLC, how it is continuated in first PUC or second PUC, that connecting link between SSLC and PUC, it is nothing but Bridge Course. And this is our college building. Very proud to be the part of BVBS Independent PU College. And as I told, I am going to start the Bridge Course for the SSLC completed students. So before starting the Bridge Course subject, one thing I would like to highlight, or one thing I would like to share: sky is the limit. Never doubt yourself. Stay focused. Never let anything slow or stop you from conquering your goals and making your dreams happen. Be focused. Try to do the hard work. Concentrate on the prescribed syllabus for all the subjects, because first and second PUC are very important 2 years of your educational life. They are going to frame finally what is your destination, whether you will becoming an engineer, or you want to become a doctor, or any other course. For the completion, for achieving that aim, it is very essential to concentrate on the PUC. Both first and PUC 2 years are very important 2 years of educational life. So set a goal before starting the journey of PUC. Decide what you want to become, what is your final aim, what do you want to become. Set that particular dream so that you can do the hard work to achieve it. So let us move to the Bridge Course classes for biology. So what is biology? Already about biology you have studied in your lower classes from 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. What is biology? How we are going to define the biology? The word biology is derived from two Greek words. One is bios and another is logos. Most of the biological terms are derived from the Greek language itself. And here also the word biology is derived from Greek language only, and it consists of two separate terms or the words. One is bios and another is logos. Meaning of the bios is life, and the meaning of the logos is to study or simply study. Therefore, the biology, by combining these two terms, it is defined as study of life. Therefore, the final definition of the biology is, it is defined as branch of science that deals with the study of life and living organisms. This is the only branch of the science where we are going to study about all the living organisms, starting from a microscopic organism up to the macroscopic organism. What is microscopic organism? These are the organisms which cannot be seen with the naked eyes, or They can be seen only with the help of microscope. Those organisms are called microorganisms. For example, bacteria, amoeba, euglena, virus and many fungi, they can be seen only with the help of microscope and they are called microorganisms. Macroorganism, not necessary of the microscope. Without help of a microscope, organism can be seen with the naked eye without any help or use of the microscope. Those organisms are called macroscopic organisms. So ultimately, in the biology, what you are going to study? You are going to study about the life. What is life? How do we identify the existence of the life? And important is that life is represented by living organisms. If the living organisms are present, if they are doing one or another kind of the activity, that is the indication of presence of the life. So the branch of science that deals with the study of life and living organisms is called biology, and the term biology is derived from the Greek language. It consists of two words, bios and logos. Bios means life and logos means study. So before moving to the next part of today's discussion, one thing I would like to inform. By considering PCMB combination or by taking or choosing PCMB combination, physics, chemistry, mathematics and biology, after PUC you will get n number of opportunities, unlimited opportunities you will get after your PUC. By choosing PCMB combination, even you can go for the engineering courses also. But by considering PCMCS, I'm not telling all these things because I'm a biology lecturer. This is the fact. If you consider or if you select computer science in the PUC, of course you have also number of ways after PUC, but something limited ways you will get. But PCMB combination has n number of opportunities after completing 2 years of PUC. You can go for the engineering, you can choose medical line, you can go for nursing, BSc Agri, any type of the BSc combination, BSc biotechnology, even engineering biotechnology you can choose after completion of your 2 years of PUC. So now I am going to explain or I am going to discuss who is father of biology. Who is father of biology? The biology subject, it is very vast subject, and for this one, father of biology is nothing but Aristotle. Aristotle is known as father of biology, and here is the image of Aristotle. So Aristotle is regarded as father of biology. So now moving to the next one, what are the different branches of biology? What you are going to study in biology? The definition states that biology deals with the study of life and living organisms. But on the earth we have variety of living organisms or life forms. There are so many varieties of life forms are present on the earth. So to study every life form separately and in detail, there are many branches in the biology, but now I am explaining about main branches of biology. In biology we have three main branches. One is botany, second one is zoology, and third one is microbiology. This is very simple information that you can remember easily. Name the main branches of biology. The main branches of biology are botany, zoology, and microbiology. So later in the video I am going to define what is botany and what is zoology and what is microbiology. Before that, what are the remaining branches of biology? It is interesting fact of the subject that there is one specific branch for the study of a particular structure or a particular phenomenon. In biology, we have many different branches which are specifying the study of a particular structure or a particular part or a particular component. So here I am going to define these terms one by one. These are the main branches of biology: botany, zoology, and microbiology. So what are remaining branches of biology? So here it is: anatomy means study of the internal structure. After taking the section of either plant body or animal body, what is the internal structure, how it is organized. Study of the internal structure of organism is called anatomy. If you are studying about internal structure of the plants, it is called plant anatomy. And if you are studying about internal structure of animals, it is called animal anatomy. But in general, anatomy means study of the internal structure of any organism. It may be plant or it may be animal. Then another very important branch is cytology or cell biology. Both of them are same. Cytology or cell biology, this is the branch which deals with the study of only cells, because cell is basic unit of life. Organism body is made up of cell. It may be a single cell as in case of unicellular organisms, or the body may be made up of many cells as in case of multicellular organisms. But cytology is purely dealing with the study of cells. How it appears under microscope, what are its components, what is its function, and where it is present, what is the method of cell division, whether cell is dividing by mitosis or the cell is dividing by meiosis. I hope you are familiar with the term mitosis and meiosis. Both of them are the types of cell division. So the branch of the biology which deals with the study of cell and its structure is called cytology. Study of the internal structures is called anatomy. Study of the cell structure and function is called cytology. Then one more branch here, histology. What it means? It is the branch of biology which deals with the study of tissues. What is the definition of tissue? What is the difference between cell and tissue? Tissue is mass of the cells. The cells of the tissue may be of similar type or they may be of different types. If aggregation or group of the cells is present, that group of the cells represents tissue. And one point you need to remember, tissues are found only in the body of multicellular organisms. Body of only multicellular organisms. So the next branch of biology is histology. Histology means study of the tissues. What is tissue? It is group or aggregation of the cells. So one thing you remember, The tissues are present in the body of only multicellular organisms, because in the body of unicellular organism the only one cell is present. When single cell is present, there is no question of tissues. Therefore, the different types of tissues are found in the body of only multicellular organisms. Then moving to next branch, biochemistry, the branch which deals with the study of different biochemical reactions. It is interdisciplinary branch. Here both knowledge of biology as well as the knowledge of chemistry, both of them are used, and the branch which deals with the study of biological reactions. What happens during digestion? How the molecules are broken down in the digestive system? What are the different enzymes are acting there? What is the functioning of respiration, or how mechanism of respiration is taking place? What are the different ionic movements that can be observed between the cells within the body? All these kind of chemical reactions can be studied in the separate branch called biochemistry. Then one more is physiology. This deals with the study of only internal functions. What is the function of every organ, every tissue in the body, how it is correlated, how it is controlling the whole mechanism. The study of internal functions of the body parts is called physiology. Plant physiology as well as animal physiology. There you are going to study only about the internal functions, or simply we can also define it as study of the functions of body parts. Then very important branch in the biology, genetics, which deals with the study of heredity and variations. Hope you remember the name Gregor John Mendel, father of genetics. Genetics deals with the study of heredity and variations. What is the meaning of heredity? Transmission of characters from parents to children. Why the child is similar to parent, or why the similarities are observed between the parents and children? That is because of heredity. The branch which deals with the study of heredity, it is called genetics. Embryology, study of development. How embryo develops into adult, or how embryo develops into baby, it is called embryology. Then biotechnology, most promising branch of the biology, which is also known as genetic engineering. Actually, genetic engineering is one of the principles used in biotechnology. So in biotechnology, the genetic manipulation, the genes of one organism can be changed by introducing the genes of other organism. That branch is called biotechnology. Parasitology, another interesting branch which deals only with the study of parasites. What is parasite? If an organism is dependent on another organism, specially for the purpose of food and reproduction. These are the two important points to remember. If one organism is dependent on another organism for the purpose of fulfill the requirement of food as well as for the purpose of reproduction, it is called parasitology, which deals with the study of only parasites. Then taxonomy, study of systematic representation of classification. Plant classification as well as animal classification, both of them are studied in the taxonomy. Then ethnology, study of the behavior, how an organism behaves. Study of the behavior of an organism is called ethnology. Immunology, study of the immunity. Nowadays, this term has become very common because of pandemic COVID crisis. So, immunity is resistance power offered by the body against the development of disease and disease causing organism. So, study of the immunity is carried out in a separate branch known as immunology. Then ecology, study of the environment where we are living and where the organisms are surviving. Pathology, it deals only with the study of diseases. What is the cause of disease? To which category the causal organism of that disease is belonging? What are its symptoms and how it can be treated? Study of diseases, whether it is plant disease or it is animal disease, the study of the diseases is known as pathology. These are the some important branches that I have selected for the purpose of bridge course. There are so many other branches are there in the biology. When it comes with the related topic, there I am going to explain about other branches. These are the minimum branches at least you need to remember in the study of biology, and what is the name of branch and what is its specific or to which branch or to which part it is related. All these are the branches of the biology with reference to the study of some specifications. The main branches are botany, zoology and microbiology, and these are some other branches of biology. Then moving to the definition of botany. Here it is branch of biology that deals with the study of plants. Only about the plants. Animal study is not at all included in the botany. It is the branch of biology that deals with the study of the plants. It is called botany. It includes the study of plant structure, about the cell as well as morphology. Morphology means external appearance of an organism. Properties of the plants, then what are the different biochemical processes that are taking place in a plant, and also it is included about the study of plant classification, study of the plant diseases and interactions with the environment. Complete detailed study of the plants, where it is growing, how it appears, what is its property and how it is interacting with the environment. So in general, the complete study of the plants is carried out in a separate branch of the biology, and that branch is known as botany. Like that, one more branch, it is zoology. A very slight change in the definition, and it is very easy to remember also. Zoology is the branch of biology that deals with the study of animals. If the branch is dealing with the study of only animals, that branch is called zoology. Again, the same information. In zoology, it includes the study of structure of the animals, embryology, how embryo is developing into adult organism, evolution, what are the changes that have taken place to develop into advanced organism from the primitive, classification of the animals, about the habits and distribution, where they are found, where they are distributed, in which specific geographical area they are found, even with the living as well as extinct. Whichever the animal is living and the animal which has become extinct, about both living and extinct animals, the study is made in the branch called zoology, and also it deals with the study of how they interact with their ecosystem. Ecosystem is nothing but it is surrounding environment where the living organism is interacting with the non-living component. About the study of animals, the detailed study of the animal, habitat distribution, classification, embryology, structure, method of reproduction, its behavior and how it is interacting with the surrounding environment. All these things are studied in a branch called zoology. Then last branch, it is microbiology, and microbiology deals with the study of all those living organisms that are too small to be visible with the naked eye. They cannot be seen with the help of naked eye. To see the structure of these organisms, compulsorily there is a need of microscope. All those organisms are known as microorganisms, and study of the microorganisms is carried out in a separate branch known as microbiology. What are the different organisms which are included in the microbiology for the purpose of study? It includes the microscopic organisms like bacteria, archaea. They are the most ancient group of bacteria. Another term of the archaea is archaebacteria. Both archaebacteria and general bacteria, all of them are the bacterial members. Viruses are microscopic in nature, fungi are microscopic in nature, prions. I don't know whether you know this term or not. In the next videos, I am going to explain about the prions, protozoans, algae. Some of the algae are microscopic. All these organisms are collectively known as microbes. Instead of using the term microorganism, in short, they can be known or they can be called microbes. Microbes are the microorganisms, and microorganisms can be seen with the help of microscope. They cannot be visible to the naked eye, and these group of organisms are studied in a separate branch called microbiology. And microorganisms are bacteria, viruses, fungi, prions, protozoans, algae. All these microorganisms, in short, they can be known as microbes. Hope this explained part is clear for you. Thank you.